about Greg Brown, a legendary broadcaster. He truly is this generation's Lanny Fratteri, this generation's Bob Prince. He has been such a part of the Pittsburgh Pirates for such a long time that it just wouldn't seem right without Greg Brown behind the microphone. And it's always good to see his name in print, always great to hear his voice. And I truly can say I'm proud to call him friend. But he was talking about optimism, something I've been talking a lot about. You know, when I look at this lineup, I see a lot of youth. And I was reading a story today about Brian Reynolds, who I still think is a diamond in the rough. And I think that the nutting organization known as the Pittsburgh Pirates, Mr. Cherington and company, did the right thing by signing this guy. I think he's going to give Pirate fans a lot to be thrilled about. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, why bring back Adam Frazier? It's just about bringing someone back who was there when there was some magic unfolding, who can make these young players buy in. That's why Andrew McCutchen is still here. Plus, he can still flat out play baseball. But all the other athletes that are on this team, too numerous to mention, it comes down to one thing: youth. And when you have youth in any sport, every day could be the first day of the best day of your life being a fan. I know we have waited a long time for the Pirates to turn around, but I remember what happened back a few years ago when we had them in the postseason. And I know it didn't last as long as we would have liked, but I truly think, as Greg Brown was saying, and I have been saying, hope rings eternal. But this is one spring that we're all hoping for warm weather soon, right? But I think this Pirates team is going to warm up quicker than many people think. And I've often said this about baseball. You can tell where your team is headed in the month of April and May. By the time you get to Memorial Day, if you're hanging around the top of the division or even lucky enough to be there, more times than not, that's what's going to catapult you into a great season. I think that all of us are going to find out quickly that this team is young. They're hungry. Mr. Shelton has something to prove. Mr. Cherington has something to prove. And I think Bob Nutting has put a pretty good team on this field. And when I was at Pirate Fest a few weeks ago, talking to some of these young players, you see the hunger in their eyes, like Endy Rodriguez, 24 years of age. He is ready to be a full-time catcher. And look, I know a little bit about everything, but I love baseball. In any era that I look at the Pirates when they were successful, the catching position was always so important. I mean, always so important. Going back to Manny Sanguillen, and then, of course, some of the ones that you remember: Mike LaValliere, Jason Kendall, Tony Pena, Russell Martin for his cup of coffee in Pittsburgh. Endy Rodriguez is young, he's athletic, and he's ready to take charge behind the plate. And that's what I love to see. A young player saying, give me the ball, put me in, coach. So it won't be long before Federal Street will be abuzz, warm weather will be upon us, and everybody will be making their way to watch our Pittsburgh Pirates. Plus, it's just that time of year to be thinking spring. And we're getting close to broadcasting those games, many of them during the spring on Kdka radio, and of course throughout the season, home and away, 93.7 The Fan, and select games on Kdka. There's nothing quite like this time of year. But with these frigid temperatures, I'm ready to play ball. So let's get ready for what I think is going to be a very exciting Pirate baseball season, and all season long, the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, a great source to stay in touch with box scores and more what's happening with our Pittsburgh Pirates. Always more sports, 93.7thefan.com. It's your Pratte Pack. Have a great day from the home studio in Monaca.